What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Another day here in the garden. It's been brought to my attention that I haven't introduced myself properly. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sean and this is my garden. You can see by the pumpkins behind me, it's pretty hot today. I think it is about 93 right now. So we're going to kind of keep this one short. We're going to go through a couple things I want to talk about with the tomatoes and support that I haven't been giving them, and I've learned the hard way that I need to. So stick around, we'll see how those are doing. So today we're gonna mostly be talking about these tomatoes here, but something I wanted to show you guys, I talked about rabbits in an earlier video. They are a menace. If you don't have a good way to keep them out, find one, because you can see here, I thought I had them, and while I was doing some yard work yesterday, I noticed on the outside of the fence where they had dug a new hole. Well, I don't see any damage they're causing, but I know they're in here again. So if you've got a good way to keep them out, let me know in the comments below. Give me some advice. I would greatly appreciate it. Outside of that, let's get into today's video. When it comes to choosing varieties, don't put all your faith in one that somebody's told you is the most prolific or the best choice for your area. This is a Kentucky Wonder pole bean. They've been growing for several months now, and they have yet to even put on a bloom. They got hit hard by rabbits at the beginning of the year. Came back pretty good. They've been growing pretty well. They're, easily, I think this is about a 6.5 foot fence, so 6 plus whatever they're growing across, but they're healthy, but no fruit. I've got another variety I'm going to show you here in a second. They've been in the ground for just over a month and a half maybe. I ripped up a portion of the beans I had already planted and put them back to a different variety. So in that month and a half time, they've grown up to about the 5 feet that the fence is in that area, and already starting to put out a good portion of beans. So just wanted to put it out there that even though it might be good for other people in your area or worked in the past, don't put your faith in that every year. So this is the Seychelles variety of pole beans. I need to come out here and start picking on them, but they've been in the ground for, like I said, probably about a month and a half, and they've already bloomed and put out a good portion of beans, and they really seem to be doing well. So these were, again, they were replanted because rabbits took out everything down below. So I probably have 15 or 20 plants along this stretch of fence. They're 5-6 feet tall already and totally surpassed the other variety. So I'm not sure if the initial stress caused the Kentucky Wonders to fail to produce or what might be causing them not to bloom. But just about with any crop, make sure you do your research, but also test it for yourself. Don't take somebody's word for it. Make sure you try it, because if you're actually relying on these for food, it doesn't do you any good to plant something that's not going to produce. And when it comes to producing, don't always trust a plant to keep itself healthy. You might have to intervene once in a while. These San Marzano tomatoes were looking great about a week ago, and they still look healthy. They still got a lot of fruit on them, but I failed to tie them up and support them. So you can see more on the right side here, the whole portion that I had there, ignore all the orange strings, that was my failed attempt to tie them up after the fact, fell down on my cucumbers here and snapped off in several places. Lost easily 50 or more tomatoes. I've still got some to clean up, but you can see where they broke and I ended up having to cut off the plants, and there's still parts of it that are really starting to suffer. So don't leave it all up to your plant. Do what you can to support it, to help it along and keep it healthy. Here's some of the aftermath that I need to finish picking up of everything that I lost. So help your plants. Do what you can to make sure they survive if you want the fruits of your labor to come home with you. On a positive note, I think I'm finally starting to see the difference in these two varieties of peppers that were all in the same package. I'm fairly certain these are banana peppers. I'll pick a couple, but I'm still gonna let them ripen up into more of an orange or red, just to kind of see the flavor differences in fresh yellow versus a little more ripe. But so those are supposedly a banana pepper if I have them picked out right. And I think looking at this one, it's definitely darker. It's definitely got a little different shape and texture to it. So I'm fairly certain this is going to be the Corno de Toro variety. That's supposed to ripen up to red, so we will wait until those change colors and come out and pick some, see which ones are good, and see, we should be able to save seeds from both varieties, and hopefully they haven't cross-pollinated or interfered with each other too much, and we get at least a very similar, if not the same, pepper out of it again next year. That's all for today. We're going to keep this one short and sweet. Here's another look at the cayennes that are still doing the same. Everything else in the garden's about the same as it has been. These are still nice and green and very productive, but not getting anything to ripen up yet, so hopefully that'll change soon. If you're enjoying the content, feel free to subscribe right down here. Until then, enjoy it, keep growing, keep learning. Thanks.